And then, my last competition I did was, I was 12. It was the national finals. So that's like all of the girls within the UK within my age range. And I placed third. So that was like the highest I could go at that national level at that point. But then, I was a teenage girl. My friends were going out. I didn't particularly want to be in the gym 35 hours a week. So it slowly kind of like tethered off. And I had a few wild years. And
Okay. Wow. So growing up, who was like your favorite gymnast that you seen like in the Olympics? I remember Dominique Dawes, Nadia Comaneci, and all that
It
stuff.
would have been like Nadia at the point when I was watching it, for sure. Like now in this day and age, my favorite gymnast is Simone Biles. I think she is one of those people that's like once in a lifetime. Like we won't ever see anyone that has got as much explosive power and is able to do the skills that she can do. Hence why she's got 4 skills named after her. I feel really lucky to have watched her, but also, I think she is a big shift in the culture of gymnastics. When I was training, there wasn't much about athlete well-being and stuff like that. So like I was never abused, but my coach was definitely like very strict, like conditioning was punishment and all that kind of stuff. Body shaming was a thing. I guess I was abused, but not sexually. But like all of that stuff was very much the culture back then. So to watch her revolutionize that kind of the culture of gymnastics for me, I think has been even bigger than watching her as an athlete. She really changed the game. So yeah, she's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's cool. So you never like wasn't able to like go further to the next level with the Olympics or nothing like that? It was too much for you?
I think if I would have continued, based, like if you do look at the best 4 gymnasts plus reserves go to the Olympics, right? When they're old enough. I came third. So if I'd have carried on and I'd continued to project at that level, could I have? Yes. Do I regret it? No. Like my life path, because my life path took me on a completely different journey, and I'm really grateful for that. So I have no regrets that I stopped when I did. But potentially, yes. Who knows? As long as I was injury free, etc., there would have been potential.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, everything happened for a reason. Maybe that wasn't the path for you. Probably, you probably it was a start. I mean, you build the foundation to do other things. So
yeah, and I think gymnastics, like all my friends and stuff like that, like that have younger kids, they're like, what sports should I get my kid into? And I'm like, 100% gymnastics, because it teaches you balance, coordination, like everything you could need as a baseline for any sport that your kid then, when they're old enough, decides to go into. You've built that solid foundation. I find gymnasts or dancers, mostly more gymnasts, can almost excel in anything that they do if it comes to athletics. They're just very, very good at everything because they've had that solid foundation built from little.
Yeah. Was that the only sport?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask you, like, is that the only sport that you did? Was gymnastics?
I did gymnastics initially, and then when I moved I lived in Florida for 2 years. I did competitive cheer. I dabbled a little bit in gymnastics, but I was 16, so it was more like fun. But like competitive cheer for me was pretty cool. I got straight into a top squad there. I did karate for a while in the UK and then continued it in the US and then dropped off. And then as an adult, I've kind of dabbled in everything. I started initially in CrossFit, and then like alongside like some level of weight training, I've always done some martial arts of some sorts, of boxing, Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu I did for a little bit, but I'm only taking it seriously really now in the past 6 months. But then like hardcore lifting weights, weight training, that was 2017. And then I did powerlifting for 2 years from 2020 to 2022. That's where I really built a lot of, I would say, like my proper muscle, was through powerlifting and lifting really, really heavy. And then I did weight training for a little bit and then decided I wanted to see what it was like to compete. So I got myself a coach and I competed when did I compete? September 2023. So yeah, for me it was an experience. I won't do it again. I found that I loved being super lean, but what I didn't like is how weak I was. Being somebody that, you know, likes to push myself in the gym, likes to be explosive because that's all I've ever known since I was a child, to then just feel completely drained, have no power, have no strength, just for an aesthetic. You know, where I went on the stage for 30 seconds, that was it. It wasn't about my athletic ability at all. It was literally about how I looked. And I just,
What?
being somebody that's always done competitive sport and you're always
Yeah.
judged on your athletic ability, I
Right.
just decided, you know, it isn't for me. I'm currently cutting right now because I still want to like cut down. I want to see what muscle I've grown in the last year because I've been off season. But I won't do it to compete again. It's more just to see what I've built.
What division did what you was
I
competing
did
in?
figure.
Oh, okay, figure. Yeah,
So
yeah,
I did figure, and the judges' feedback was, you know, like my upper body was great, which we'd expect. I was a gymnast, you know, like I've always been able to have an excellent lat spread. I've always had a wide back. It was
right.
my leg. So then I spent the past year growing my legs. That's really what I've kind of been focused on in the bulking process. So now it'll be interesting to see, once we lose some of the fat off my legs, to see how much is really there. You know, I think when I stepped on stage, they were about 18, 19 inches. When I came off my bulk, they were 24, but we know that there's going to be some level of fat there. So it'll be interesting to see, once I'm kind of back near stage weight, how much they've really grown. I think that's the thing. We can be quite deceptive when you're in a bulk because you've still got a lot of fat. So you almost think that you're bigger than you are. And then when you lean down, you're like, oh, okay, there's not as much muscle as I thought there was there, but we'll see. We'll see. As you can
Was
hear
you?
by my voice, I'm not a heavy steroid user. I did a couple of cycles. That's it. I didn't do anything crazy. You know, I listened to my coach. I ran very, very low doses because I didn't want my voice to change. I didn't want to lose my jawline. Like, there were
Yeah,
certain things I was really, like, I still wanted to be pretty. Like, I still wanted to look very feminine in my face. So I trusted my coach when he said, you know, you don't need to take this kind of amount. And I guess that's one of the reasons I probably won't compete again either, is because I know to be very, very successful and to have a competitive edge, I would need to take more drugs. And I'm not
yeah.
willing to sacrifice those things. The cons outweigh the pros for me.
Did you ever thought about doing like natural bodybuilding? Like, do they have like organizations in the
They
UK?
do. But the thing is, now I've used enhancements.
Oh,
I
okay,
feel like it would be unfair of me to enter, like, you know, I will always now have a slight competitive edge to somebody that's never ever taken any kind of
okay.
drugs. So yeah, that's like ethics, just morals and ethics for me. I know that some people do, they'll like stop for a while and then enter natural, but yeah, not
Yeah,
for
I
me.
understand. I understand. It's an intense sport, especially like the enhanced thing and stuff like that. They take all kind of stuff. I don't even know things that come to my mind, like the certain substances that they use to enhance and stuff. I'm still learning, about the
Yeah,
sport.
yeah.
You know,
Like,
yeah,
credit to the girls and the males that can do it. Like, it takes a lot of discipline, you know, to be able to run and function off kind of the food that you're eating and all that stuff. Like, it is very, very hard. So I'm not discrediting any of the people that do it year
yeah,
in, year out, year in, year out, because
yeah,
in itself it's a beast, and it is hard work.
yeah.
But I just don't like that it's not based on athletic performance.
I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. I mean, they do got fitness, like, but I
Oh,
don't know if that's.
I did fitness and figure. I did both. I did
Oh,
fitness. Yeah.
what happened? What happened with the fitness thing?
I came second, but there was only another girl there. So the thing is, with fitness, again, it's like, I found it very, very difficult to lose the weight still push really hard in the gym session, still shoot content, and then do the performance. Like, I smashed out my performance on stage. Like, I watch it back and I'm like, damn, that was like, I kicked fucking ass. But yeah, just
It's
yeah,
tough. It's a
I
lot.
don't, I
I
don't want
get
to
it.
walk around like a zombie all the time. Like, I
Yeah.
like feeling full of life. I like having energy. I have a kid. I want to be proactive and doing things with him. And I just found that it drained me of all of that. All I wanted to do, it was literally like eat. Like, it's a very selfish sport, isn't it, bodybuilding?
Right.
And when you're a mom and you have other responsibilities in life, it's just not something that I would want to do. You know, I think it takes away from that as well. So yeah.
Yeah. So like with the sessions, like you said that somebody kind of encouraged you to do it, you know, and then you did it. Then like what you like about it and what you don't like about it? Do you have likes
So
or
I think
dislikes?
I was very lucky that my first two sessions in the niches that I'm most popular in and that I enjoy, my first lift and carry client knew that I was new. And he almost, like, I'd done a lot of research because that's just who I am and what I am, you know, like, if I'm going to do something, I want to go in 100%. So I'd already knew the baseline of like what was expected in a lift and carry session, but he was a veteran and he like pretty much just coached me through it. I've also seen him like 6 times since. I'm his favorite, apparently. He's been doing it for years. He's seen the best session wrestlers for lift and carry out there, and I'm his favorite, so that's really sweet. But he almost like coached me into that. So that was a very, very good experience. And then with wrestling, again, the first guy that knew I was brand new and he almost coached me into it. He was my first knockout, actually. He showed me how to do an RNC, and I didn't realize how much power I have. So I just went for like full on and I just knocked him out within seconds. And he came back round and was like, "You're going to be really good at this." I was like, okay. So yeah, I've been lucky that those, like, I had two really good guys to set me off and kind of like nurture me through that. My favorite things about sessions, I get to meet lots of new people from all walks of life. I like that I'm allowed to be creative, you know, like I love kind of role play and just thinking outside of the box and using my brain and being creative. Like, I'm a very creative spirit. So I think creating content and sessions allows me to do that. I don't really have anything that I don't like at the minute. I'll be 2 years in as of April. So, you know, as time goes on, maybe there will be more things that I'll be like, okay, I don't particularly like that. I've had very, very good experiences. All my clients that I've seen have been very, very professional, really respected me, treated me like a princess, how I'd expect to be treated. So I don't have anything negative at the moment. Like,
No, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool because sometimes